Uh, Virgo, I have to laugh. I have to actually sit back and laugh out loud right now because the energy I am picking up around you is absolutely ridiculous. It is chaotic. It is delicious. It is the kind of cosmic comedy that makes the universe grin like a matchmaker who just spilled an entire jar of pheromones into your morning coffee and is now watching the fallout with popcorn. You have no idea what is happening to you. None. You are walking around in your life, probably worried about a deadline, probably reorganizing a drawer that does not need reorganizing, probably overthinking a text you sent 3 days ago, while behind you, beneath you, above you, and circling you like moths that have lost all sense of dignity and direction. There is a storm of desire so concentrated, so unfiltered, so completely unhinged that I am genuinely surprised you have not felt the atmospheric pressure change. Someone younger is crazy about you. I am not talking about a little crush. I am not talking about a passing flirtation or a sweet, innocent admiration from afar. I am talking about the kind of crazy that rearranges sleep schedules. The kind of crazy that has them driving past your street at odd hours just to see which window is lit. The kind of crazy that has their thumbs hovering over your name at 2 in the morning while they are arguing with themselves like a split personality support group about whether sending you another meme is too obvious or just obvious enough. And Virgo, here is the punchline, the twist, the detail that is going to make you drop whatever you are holding. They are not the only one. Let that sink in. Let it really land. Because your energy right now is not just attracting one devoted, slightly unhinged, beautifully desperate younger admirer. Your energy is a beacon. It is a siren song. It is a gravitational anomaly that has pulled multiple orbits out of their natural paths and sent them crashing into your atmosphere with absolutely no survival gear. There is at least one more, maybe two, maybe, depending on how wide I cast the net of your current aura, there is a small constellation of people who have looked at you recently and felt their internal compass spin wildly before locking due north directly on your coordinates. And the younger one, the one who is currently winning the gold medal in obsessive behavior, they have no idea they are in a competition. Or if they do, they have already decided that the trophy belongs to them and they are playing to win with a ferocity that would terrify you if it were not so flattering. But the others are not backing down either. This is not a polite cue. This is not a orderly line where everyone takes a number and waits their turn. This is a free-for-all, a silent, emotional, highly charged scramble for your attention, your time, your smile, the privilege of being the person who gets to hear you laugh next. And you, my love, are completely oblivious to the stampede. I want to describe the younger one first, because they are the loudest signal in the noise, the brightest blip on the radar, the one whose energy is currently leaving fingerprints all over your field that I can trace with my eyes closed. They are significantly younger, not just a year or two. There is a gap that, in their mind, is irrelevant, but that you have probably used as a reason to dismiss them, to file them under cute but impossible, to tell yourself that their attention is just a phase, a curiosity, a youthful mistake they will outgrow once they meet someone their own age. You could not be more wrong. This person is not looking for someone their own age. They tried that. They dated within their demographic. They sat across from people who shared their cultural references, their slang, their TikTok vocabulary, and they felt nothing. They felt like they were reading a script in a language they had already mastered, but that contained no poetry. And then they met you, or saw you, or heard you speak, or watched you handle a situation with the kind of grace that only comes from having lived through enough storms to know how to navigate rain, and something inside them short-circuited. The younger brain, the one that is supposed to be attracted to novelty and flash and superficial excitement, simply shut down. And the older soul inside them, the soul that has been waiting for this recognition across who knows how many lifetimes, woke up and grabbed the wheel. That is who is driving their obsession, not their youth, their ancient memory of you. So what does this obsession look like in practical human terms? It looks like them knowing your schedule better than you do, not in a creepy stalker way, in a devotional way. They know when you take your lunch break because they have casually asked around. They know the coffee shop you prefer because they have seen you there once and now they have made it their headquarters. They have memorized the rhythm of your social media activity, and they have probably, definitely, absolutely screenshotted your stories and zoomed in on the background details to figure out where you were, who you were with, and whether that jacket you were wearing is new, because they are cataloging everything about your aesthetic like a curator preparing an exhibit. They have playlists that remind them of you. Songs they have assigned to specific memories of interactions that you probably do not even remember. They have named emotions after you. They have had entire conversations with you in their head. Conversations where you said yes, where you finally saw them, where you let them take you to dinner. And they have replayed these fantasies so many times that the line between imagination and memory has started to blur. They are, by every clinical definition, crazy about you. And the crazy is not diminishing. It is compounding. Every day they do not see you, the obsession ferments. Every day they do see you, the obsession feeds. They are caught in a loop of you, and they do not want to be rescued. But here is where the story gets absolutely wild, Virgo. Here is where I had to stop and double check my own vision, because I thought surely I was seeing double. Surely this was an echo, a reflection, a trick of the light. There is someone else, and this someone else is not younger. This someone else is from your own generation, your own wavelength, your own timeline of experience. They have been watching you from a distance that is safer, more controlled, more socially appropriate than the younger person's frantic orbit. They are not driving past your house. They are not screenshotting your stories. They are doing something far more dangerous. They are waiting. They are calculating. They are a long game player, a strategist, a person who has decided that you are worth the slow build, the careful approach, the methodical cultivation of trust and familiarity that leads to a foundation so solid that when they finally make their move, you will not know what hit you. They have seen the younger one circling you. They have noticed the attention you are getting. And while a lesser person might have been intimidated, might have retreated, might have assumed that your dance card is full, this person has simply adjusted their strategy. They have decided that competition is not a deterrent, it is a confirmation. If someone younger and presumably more energetic is this obsessed with you, then their own interest must be justified. You must be as special as they suspect, and that suspicion has now hardened into resolve. This second person is someone you already know, someone who has already been granted access to your world. A colleague, perhaps, a friend of a friend, a neighbor, a regular at the same gym, the same cafe, the same professional circle, someone whose presence in your life feels established, normal, unremarkable, They have been careful not to show their hand too early. They have been the reliable one, the consistent one, the person who always seems to be around when you need something, but who never pushes for more than you are willing to give. They have been studying you like a language they are determined to become fluent in. And recently, something shifted. They saw you in a new light. Maybe it was a moment of vulnerability you showed them. Maybe it was a success you achieved that made them see your power. Maybe it was simply the accumulation of time, the slow realization that every time they are with you, the world seems more colorful, more interesting, more worth the effort. And now they are preparing. They are not impulsive like the younger one. They are not going to declare their feelings in a dramatic midnight text or a clumsy, passionate speech that risks everything. They are going to engineer a situation, a moment, an encounter so natural, so inevitable, that by the time you realize what is happening, you will already be inside the bubble of their intention. They are going to ask you to something that does not sound like a date, but functions like one. A project, a favor, a shared task that requires proximity, collaboration, late nights, and the slow erosion of the professional or friendly distance they have been maintaining. And when the moment is right, when the younger one's chaos has made you feel overwhelmed rather than adored, this second person is going to step forward with an offer that looks like shelter, like sanity, like the adult option, and you are going to be tempted, very tempted. And I am not done, because depending on who is watching this, depending on the specific frequency of your Virgo aura in this exact season of your life, there might be a third. Yes, a third. I see the shimmer of a third energy. This one is older. This one carries the weight of experience, of history, of a life fully lived that has left them with a taste for quality over quantity. They are not frantic. They are not calculating. They are simply certain. They have loved before. They have lost before. They have built and dismantled and rebuilt their understanding of what partnership means. And they have reached a point where they will not waste their time on anything less than extraordinary. And you, Virgo, have pinged their radar as extraordinary. They are not going to compete with the younger one's enthusiasm or the peer's strategic charm. They are going to offer something else entirely. They are going to offer peace, depth, a kind of knowing, steady, unshakable devotion that does not need to perform because it has nothing to prove. They are going to offer you the version of love that only comes after someone has learned what does not work. The version that is patient, that is present, that is built on the solid ground of two people who have already made their worst mistakes with other people and are now ready to make their best choices with each other. And this older presence is watching the younger chaos and the peers maneuvering with a kind of amused, detached confidence. They know that fireworks are pretty but temporary. They know that strategy is clever but exhausting. They know that in the end, when the noise dies down, what lasts is the person who knows how to stay. And they are prepared to stay. They are prepared to outlast the competition simply by refusing to play the game on anyone else's terms. So now you have a situation, Virgo, a situation that most people would kill to be in, but that you are probably finding deeply uncomfortable because you do not like chaos. You do not like attention you did not earn through competence. You do not like feeling like an object of desire when you have prided yourself on being a subject of substance. You are looking at this triangle or this quadrangle, or whatever shape your current romantic geometry has taken, and you are feeling the urge to run, to hide, to bury yourself in work until everyone forgets you exist and the storm passes. But I am here to tell you that running is not an option, not because they will chase you, though they will, but because this attention is not an accident. It is a reflection. It is the external mirror of an internal shift that has happened inside you, a shift so profound that the world cannot help but respond to it. You have become magnetic, and not in the superficial way that comes from a new haircut or a flattering outfit, though those help. You have become magnetic at the soul level. Your energy has reached a frequency of self-possession, of wholeness, of quiet, grounded, devastating confidence that broadcasts a signal to every receptive heart within a 100-mile radius. The signal says, I am complete. I am not looking to be saved. I am not looking to be filled. I am looking to be met. And the people who are crazy about you right now, all of them, in their different ways, have heard that signal and recognized it as the sound of home. The younger one hears it and wants to bask in your light because they have been cold for so long. The peer hears it and wants to match it because they have been searching for an equal. The older one hears it and wants to protect it because they know how rare it is. Each of them is responding to a different facet of your diamond. Each of them is offering a different kind of devotion, and none of them are wrong. None of them are delusional. None of them are making a mistake by wanting you. The only mistake would be yours, Virgo, if you let your discomfort with being wanted drive you back into the small, safe, invisible box you crawled out of. If you let your fear of making the wrong choice paralyze you into making no choice at all. If you let the fact that multiple people desire you convince you that there must be something wrong with them, rather than accepting that there is finally something right with you. I want to tell you what is going to happen next, because the collision of these competing desires is not going to stay silent forever. The younger one is going to crack first. They are going to do something dramatic, something that cannot be ignored or mistaken for friendship. They are going to confess, or they are going to show up somewhere uninvited with a gesture so bold, so vulnerable, so unmistakably romantic that you will have no choice but to acknowledge that this is real. And when they do, you are going to feel a rush, a heady, intoxicating rush of being chosen with that kind of youthful, reckless, all or nothing passion. It is going to feel like a movie. It is going to feel like a fantasy. And it is going to tempt you to say yes, simply because saying yes would feel so good in that moment. But before you do, remember the others. Remember that the peer is watching, waiting for the younger one to overplay their hand. Remember that the older one is not even watching the game, because they are building something on the sidelines that will still be standing when the game is over. You do not have to choose immediately. You do not have to reward the loudest bidder. You have the right to pause, to observe, to let the dust settle, to ask yourself not who wants you the most, but who meets you the best, who sees the real you, who can hold the weight of your complexity without flinching, who is not just in love with the idea of you, but is prepared to do the work of knowing you. And the work is what matters. Because, Virgo, you are not a casual undertaking. You are not a weekend fling. You are not a trophy to be won and displayed. You are a universe. You are a library with infinite rooms. You are a garden that requires tending in every season. The younger one may be crazy about you, but do they know how to care for you when you are anxious? Do they know how to give you space when you need to retreat into your own mind? Do they know how to handle your standards, your precision, your need for things to be done correctly, your intolerance for carelessness in the people you love? The peer may be strategically positioned, but are they willing to be vulnerable? Are they willing to risk the friendship, the professional connection, the comfortable distance they have been maintaining in order to actually be with you? Are they willing to be as real as you require? And the older one may offer peace, but do they challenge you? Do they push you to grow? Do they ignite the parts of you that need fire, not just warmth? These are the questions you need to ask. Not which one is the most attractive, not which one is the most convenient, not which one will make your friends the most jealous, but which one is built for the long, slow, beautiful, difficult, transcendent work of loving you, because that is what you deserve. You deserve someone who is not just crazy about you, but who is capable of being sane with you. You deserve someone who does not just want to win your attention, but who wants to earn your trust day after day, choice after choice. You deserve someone who sees the storm of desire that is currently swirling around you and does not get intimidated but gets inspired. Someone who says, yes, there are others. Yes, they are worthy. Yes, they see what I see. But I am the one who is going to stay. I am the one who is going to build. I am the one who is going to prove, not with grand gestures, but with daily devotion, that I am the best place for your heart to rest. And that person may be one of the three I have described. Or it may be someone else entirely, someone who has not yet stepped out of the shadows because they are waiting for you to recognize your own worth before they dare to approach. But whoever they are coming. They are already on their way. And the chaos of your current situation is not a distraction from that arrival. It is the announcement. It is the drum roll. It is the universe clearing its throat and saying, attention please, Virgo has entered the building. And Virgo is not available for anything less than everything. So here is what you do. You stop apologizing for being desired. You stop trying to figure out what you did to cause this so you can undo it and return to the safety of being overlooked. You stop treating attention like a punishment and start treating it like a confirmation that your light is on, a confirmation that your healing has worked, a confirmation that the person you have been becoming in private is now visible in public. You stand in the center of this storm and you let it swirl. You do not rush to the first offer. You do not panic and hide from all of them. You observe, you feel, you ask your gut, which knows everything, which has been tracking these souls since before your conscious mind caught up. And you trust what it tells you. You trust the pull. You trust the recognition. You trust the knowing that lives in your bones and does not need a spreadsheet to justify its certainty. And when the moment comes to choose, if a choice is required, you make it from power, not from fear, not from loneliness, not from the need to please someone else. You make it from the throne of your own self-worth. You say yes to the person who adds to your peace, not just your excitement. You say yes to the person who makes your life bigger, not just louder. You say yes to the person who can handle the full, complicated, magnificent truth of who you are. And if that person happens to be the younger one who is currently crazy about you, then you love them with everything you have and you teach them how to meet you. And if it is the peer, then you step into the partnership with eyes open and boundaries clear. And if it is the older one, then you let yourself be cherished in a way that finally feels safe. And if it is none of them, if they are all just messengers sent to remind you that you are the prize, then you thank them for the confirmation and you keep your heart open for the one who is still walking toward you, guided by the same light that is currently drawing all of them in. You are the main character right now, Virgo. Not because you asked for it, not because you performed for it, but because you finally became the person who cannot be ignored. The younger one is crazy about you. The peer is strategizing for you. The elder is waiting for you. And the universe is watching to see if you will finally accept what has been true all along. You are worth the madness. You are worth the competition. You are worth every ounce of desire that is currently being aimed at your heart like a bouquet of arrows. Let them fly. Let them land. Let them prove what you should have known since the beginning. You are extraordinary. And extraordinary people do not live quiet lives. They live lives that are loved loudly, deeply, desperately, and by more than one soul at a time. Enjoy it. Choose wisely. And never, ever apologize for being the one everyone wants. If you felt the truth of this message, if you know exactly who the younger one is, if you are starting to sense the others circling, if you are ready to stop being invisible and start being chosen, I want you to claim your magnetism right now. Drop a comment below and write, I am the one they want. Let the universe hear you own your desirability. Let your own heart accept that being wanted by many does not make you too much. It makes you enough. And if this reading found you at the exact moment you needed to laugh at the chaos of your own appeal, subscribe for more messages that remind you who you are while the world is busy falling at your feet. The younger one is crazy about you. The others are not far behind. And Virgo, the best part of this story is that you finally get to decide who stays. Choose well, but most importantly, choose yourself first.